morning on this St. Patrick's Day of 2025. I'm Alex Renneman, this is Dan Paul, and we're here at PROMAT 2025. It's the largest North American supply chain and logistics conference. Like 1,200 exhibits.
Yeah,
it's
200 seminars, 4 keynote speakers.
It's the premier event in this space. It's here at McCormick Place here in Chicago, which is gargantuan. I think it's the largest conference center here in America. Yeah, and for you, this may be an event you weren't able to attend, or maybe somebody from your company could, but you couldn't, or whatever. And so, hey, it's a chance for us. And you know, it's maybe a little extreme. It's not Disney World, but it's kind of like that, where you can't see it all in a couple days anyway. So we're going to try to go see some stuff, take some videos, some interviews, kind of what's happening, and maybe give you a chance to see things you couldn't see if you weren't here, or even if you were and you weren't able to get to it. So what are some things you're excited about this time coming here to 2025
Yeah, I mean, if the keynotes are any indication, AI is going to continue to be
that's on the bingo card for sure.
So yeah, one of the things I'm looking forward to is trying to tease out, you know, what's noise, what's signal, right? So everyone's talking about AI, but what's real? So going to see how much we can, you know, dig into, you know, what's really marketing and what's actually happening.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so robotics will certainly be here, automation, those kind of things. AI, no question, in everything. I mean, there'll be AI tractor tires and everything, right?
Yeah.
But the real question is, what's really applicable to our businesses, to your business, to my business, to what really makes a difference? We'll jump in and see if we can't, you know, find some answers. We'll talk to some folks out here that've got some cool stuff, and maybe we'll learn something this week. Hey guys, we're here with Jason Huey and Vecna Robotics. Jason, first of all, thanks for giving us some time and talking to folks at home. So Vecna Robotics, what's kind of the overall, what is Vecna and what are you guys doing?
What is probably the most interesting thing right now with respect to Vecna is that we are the only provider of a fully automated case picking solution. Our solution, which is a pivotal software, basically does congestion management, weight distribution, prioritization, and it's the same concept as each picking, but what it's actually doing is you're able to do it with case picking.
Who is your ideal customer? When you guys are talking to somebody, you're like, oh, perfect fit, who is that?
You need a 2-shift operation to really make it work, to make the ROI effective. And you usually want to have north of 10 people per shift. And then you'll usually right in the sweet spot of that ROI.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it, Jason. Good luck. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
All right, so now we're at Verve Motion, and Andrew McCauley is with us. We're going to talk a little bit about this exoskeleton. So Andrew, thanks for coming in and talking to the folks at home who maybe couldn't be here to see and put on your suit. It's quite great. I just did it just now. And we've got Dan in the background. So thanks for coming on and talking to us.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, no, absolute pleasure.
So give us the kind of the quick picture. I mean, what is this thing? We see it. What is it doing? What's its value?
Yeah, absolutely. So what you're seeing here is an exoskeleton that's taking about 40% of that load off the lower back with every single lifting and lowering motion. So what we're trying to do is essentially help warehouse workers with their daily tasks, with repetitive lifting tasks. And what we're trying to do is, prevent injuries, reduce that fatigue and that strain, and pretty much making people feel, happy and healthier at the end of the day.
All right, Dan, let's see. How's it feel, man? All right, so what you got? So you're on full power. He's on full power. This is the way up. All right, let's see what you got.
All right. So this is 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's short. He's really short. So this is oh no, he's the opposite, right? So he's doing a lot of work.
Yeah,
that's awesome. All right. So did you do the second thing where it helps you go down?
No, I haven't tried that.
Check this out. All right, now like lower down.
Okay.
You see?
It provides some resistance
on the way down. So if you're going to lay stuff down if you're loading off a pallet down, it's going to help you.
Yeah. I noticed that if you move fast, it'll jerk fat. Like it's almost like you grab a kid by the collar and pull him up, it'll pull it up. But if you go slow, it'll help you slow.
Yeah.
So it just took a minute just to get used to that kind of like it's going to go at your speed instead of you having to go at its speed.
I can totally see how like your entire shift, it would really help over time, cumulatively, your energy. Welcome to day 2 at PROMAT. I'm here with Dan again. Dan, so we just finished a keynote, the second keynote in a row, one yesterday and one today, both around AI.
Yeah, Azim Azhar, he talked about AI and supply chain today. and really looked, kind of explored where the state of AI, the exponential growth that we're seeing, but then really tried to get practical with supply chain and where they should be looking, where they should be thinking. Very interesting.
Yesterday we saw a lot of robotics. Today we're going to see some more and some other things too. So we'll go through there and hopefully we get some more exciting stuff. We can kind of tie it all in together and have a good day too. This is usually the biggest day of the show, so it'll be crowded. There'll be a lot more people, but we'll still try to get some interviews and maybe we'll have to talk on the side. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, here we go, day 2.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I'm here with Bouquet from a company called Litum, and just wanted to talk a little bit about what you guys do here, and kind of give me your pitch. What do you what do you guys do?
Litum is a technology company that has been delivering location solutions, RFID solutions for the past 20 years. For the past 10 years, we specifically have focused on active RFID, that is real-time location tracking within indoor spaces, but also, yards, confined outdoor spaces as well.
So you offer like a website that can show you a map.
We have our own software platform. So this is in-house, software is in-house, firmware is in-house, and you can search for any asset you're looking for, any person you're looking for, and you can locate them instantly. And that's only the real-time kind of locating of it.
Very interesting. Well, thanks for taking a little time and talking to us.
Thank you for talking to us.
Yeah.
So this might be trippy. We're at we're at Pulseroller where they have a virtual reality kind of experience in the booth, and so Dan's going to walk through this. I don't know how well this is going to correlate a video, but Dan, why don't you tell us about what you're seeing and what's happening in this booth? What's interesting?
Yeah, well, so this headset is really just showing me the real world. So I can see you, I can see everything, but I see overlays, like things floating in the air that's talking about the controller unit that's powering this particular conveyor, talking about how it ensures smooth operation and things like that. But then I can exit out of this, and then now I can go to other stations, tap icons that are in the air, and it just starts a kind of a guided tour of what's happening.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, I walk
So what are
over
these
here.
guys? What's this all about? It's just all about smart conveyance.
Yeah, conveyance, different types. Yeah, this tool is really just to learn about it, learn about their stuff.
So when it says we make it smart, we don't make the conveyor, we make it smart. What's smart about this thing? Can you tell?
Well, so far I think I need to go through more of these stations, but yeah, I'll keep going through and touch some things. But this is cool. This is cool tech. I mean, it's a nice way to train or educate people in terms of what's happening.
All right. So one of the things we're going to do, we're going to grab the team, because it's more than just Dan and I here today or this week. And so we're going to grab the team this evening, talk about their perspectives, what they saw, what they found interesting, maybe underwhelming, maybe excited about.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's, again, more perspective for you guys, certainly for those of you that weren't able to come here, to be able to have a little bit of that flavor of live vicariously through us.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what everyone else saw today.
Yeah, for sure. Here we are at the end of day 2. We're back at our Airbnb, chilling. The shoes are off for most of us. We're relaxing. It's been a long couple days, but as I mentioned, we have more folks coming here from our team. What might be valuable for you is for some of the takeaways that we've all had. You got some of mine and Dan's after each day, and I think it'd be great to kind of hear from you guys. Like, what are some of those takeaways, learnings, trends, things that are interesting to you that you think folks who haven't attended here or were here and just weren't able to catch it all that might be interesting to them. Phoebe, you want to kick it off?
So I'd say in general, for anybody who isn't familiar or have never been to a PROMAT or a Modex before, one thing just that everybody's talked about how busy it was, but to me, it just shows that supply chain is thriving. A couple of years ago, we saw kind of a dip in this industry where these types of events weren't as heavily attended or folks didn't make the time. But this year, PROMAT and supply chain in general, I think, is back. And I think that's evident by the massive attendees that were here.
Yeah, I mean, for me, when it came to robotics, the biggest takeaway is there are just so many layers and so many ways to peel the onion back on that, depending on what your needs are. I mean, I think a lot of people who haven't been to something like PROMAT, when they think of robotics, they immediately think AMR, dark warehouse, type thing, and I mean, we saw everything. We saw cobots working alongside humans for picking and packing, etc. We saw drones for inventory management. So really, the list goes on, and it was pretty cool to see.
You gotta know what you're looking for as well. You can get caught up in some things that are not as, they seem really cool, but they're not as advanced as you'd think they are, and they haven't even been truly field tested. So you wanna be very careful with what you're looking at. But there's a lot of cool stuff out there, and I mean, it all caught my eye at the end of the day.
Well, on to day 3. This is day 2 in the books.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can walk. We won't be doing a day 3 close up here because, we won't be leaving on day 3, right?
That's
but still going to be a long day. So anyway, all right.
Day 3, PROMAT. We're going to Lakeside. Before that, we're going to a keynote to see Coach Prime Deion Sanders, and we have an exclusive interview with him this morning, so I'm excited for that. Yeah, it's really crazy. I mean, he's in demand. He's here with us. We're not interviewing Deion.
Not really.
We couldn't wait for that. But we are going to Lakeside, PROMAT 2025, last day. Okay, we're here with Anaga, and we're looking at drones in inventory. So tell us what's going on. It looks like it's doing just inventory counts, right?
Yes, it's doing cycle counting for all the barcodes that are present here. What it does is it goes to each location, scans the barcode, and then compares that data with what's there in your WMS. We also take like a picture and a video of the location so you can look at the data as well.
Why would a customer look at a solution like this?
Yeah, so inventory accuracy in warehouses is always a big concern. So we help improving it from like maybe 70 to over 95, 97%. And we've achieved like over 99% accuracy in a lot of warehouses as well. That's one of the primary reasons, and also for safety related reasons. Like you wouldn't want someone going into every aisle scanning each barcode. What the drone can do is it can do the same thing for you, and any discrepancies that are reported is when the inventory person would take a look at the data and adjust the WMS accordingly.
Yeah, right. And it can get at any height, right? There's no need to get a cherry picker out. That's great. Well, thanks. This is exciting. It's good stuff. Appreciate you coming on and talking to us.
Here with Rick from 3M, and this booth caught our eye, because it looks like typical fall protection, but talking a little bit, seems like it's a bit more than that. Can you tell us why your product is different from what most people would know with fall protection?
Sure, absolutely. So what we have is a device that's called Connected Order Picker System, and what it does, it has the ability to detect the worker's presence. So the second I step on the platform, the system detects my presence. I've got escalating alerts, so I've got a solid red LED that eventually will start flashing, and that's the escalating alerts letting me know that, hey, I still haven't connected to my fall arrest system. Eventually what will happen is I'll get an overhead alarm, so it's 80 decibels, letting me know, hey, I need to tie off. So the second I tie off, let the gate close, I've got green LEDs that give me the visual indicator that I'm properly tied off. It lets me know, number one, the system has power, that I'm properly connected, and what it also does is it lets any site supervisor walking the floor, if they look down an aisle and they see green LEDs, that they're properly connected. The system is so sensitive that even if I barely twist the gate open, it knows that I'm not connected. So I have to get a true connection. If I reach back and I connect into my hoodie, or if I couldn't get my collar, it knows that I'm
not a good connection.
Not a good connection. So it lets me know that I'm not improperly connected. It has to fully seat. If the battery starts running low for 20% or less, these green LED lights turn yellow. So that lets me know that I've got,
gives you some of that.
Yeah, I need to instant feedback that I need to replace that battery. What usually happens, we red tag the truck, and during just a regular PM, they replace the battery.
Thanks for taking some time.
All right, well, thank you. Thanks.
Well, that's a wrap. Here it is, day 3, and we're heading home as long as the weather will allow. But there is a day tomorrow, so if you're still here, obviously you can come back. But for us, we're done with day 3. So Dan, I mean, we got several thoughts, but we'll try to wrap it up here quick. What are some thoughts you're leaving here with?
Yeah, I mean, I think we finally found some of the AI booths.
Found AI, yeah, right.
And Lakeside, there was a lot of that there.
And some neat stuff too. It wasn't all smoke, but some neat stuff. But yeah, well, you're right.
Yeah, no, it was good. I'm always reminded at the end of these that half of the reason I like to come is to connect with other people in the industry. It's just it's a small world out there, especially in this kind of thing, and just gets you reinvigorated. You find some new opportunities with old connections. Just really appreciate that.
That's right. And so you might be wondering, this wasn't an expository of the entire show. We just couldn't have videoed everybody. And a lot of the booths we even stopped at. We got conversations. Sometimes the person who says, oh, well, this is a person that should come in and be interviewed, they're actually not available at the moment. We got to wait on them. And so logistics is really difficult to get
Legal
everybody
departments
on. Yeah, a lot of the larger booths are like, hey, we got to get legal involved. And it's like, okay. Yeah. So really, we weren't able to do everything. But hopefully this what we've done here is giving you a flavor for what's happening. And if this is interesting to you, we'd love to hear about it, because next time at MODEX, next year, maybe we could plan ahead with some of those companies and really set up so we can show up and have a rich discussion to be able to share with you what's happening there. But I think, Dan, I'm like you, that we found AI, we found the amount of proliferation of robotics right now is amazing, and that's impressive. But there's a lot of good people doing some great things in this industry. There's a lot of smoke, as with anything, but these shows are fun. It stretches your mind a bit. You come home excited, oh, I've got to do everything. But realistically, where we're at, I mean, a lot of what we really focus on is just business outcomes. And so you might ask, why didn't we talk about voice? That's our bailiwick. Well, there was a better showing of voice at this show than we've had in the last few years, but still, I think an undersized amount based on the impact voice can bring in markets. But still, all this, the technology aside and the newness, it still comes down to running a better business and making sure the business process is in place, and then trying to apply the tech. And there's a lot of good tech in here. So, yeah, it was great. If you have any questions, jump into the conversation. Let us know. Hopefully this was value to you. It was a good time. Had fun.
Yeah,
had fun as always. But now I'm tired, and hopefully the weather complies and we can get out of here.
Yeah. That's right.
Chicago in the spring, you never know. Thanks, everyone.